Hello everyone and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we got another Game of Thrones the card game 2nd edition tournament video for you. This time from the 2016 Regional Championships in Rochester, New York at Millennium Games. On the left we have Sean Emberley, as you guys may know him from Beyond the Wall podcast. Those Canadian boys up in the Ottawa / Quebec area. You can check him out on there. He's now one of the new hosts of that podcast. Which they've looks like they've gone down to a once whenever they feel like it posting. So you can check them out when they post their next episode sometime in the next year. Just joking, guys. I do miss you, and I want you to make more episodes. But yeah, if you don't listen to them, go subscribe. Great podcast. And Sean is playing Baratheon, Banner of the Lion. And on the right, we have Vinnie is back. We saw him in the first round. And we are here again at the top table. And it looks like the Baratheon player Sean there has set up a Baratheon reducing character under the glare there, a Tyrion and a Burnman, and it looks like a Rose Road on the bottom there. And on the right, the Lannister player Vinnie has set up a Jaime Lannister and a Ser Jorah Mormont. So Vinnie is playing Lannister Banner of the Dragon.
When you're ready? Yep.
And for plots, we have a Noble Cause flipped on the Lannister side into an Alt Art Noble Cause flipped on the Baratheon side. So both players looking to play a Lord or the Lady first round. So it looks like we're flipping a coin there.
Sorry. I got dragons and I got swords.
Yeah, no worries. Dragon.
Hopefully it stops.
So the coin flip here was an epic fail, trying to decide who the first player, actually who wins initiative. Who will then, the person who wins initiative will decide who is first player.
No, that's fine. You can go ahead and...
Oh, okay.
And it looks like the Baratheon player did win, and he's going to make the Lannister player go first.
I think that's the worst part of the game, expecting us to have like some sort of dexterous, like, I don't know what I'm doing. How do I flip coins?
Gold.
Sure.
I'll play King's Road.
So we have a King's Road played by Vinnie there.
Will I activate a King's Road?
Sure.
And the King's Road is a sacrifice there to use towards the payment for Magister Illyrio, however you say it, and the reduction on the first Lord or Lady he plays.
I will say that.
And he's going to save 4 gold, and passing over to the Baratheon player to Marshall.
Count 6.
As we saw there, is getting 6 gold, 5 from his plot, 1 from his Rose Road. He does have that Baratheon reducing character in play, so he can reduce a Baratheon character. And he has the Noble Cause reduction to reduce the first Lord or Lady he plays by 2.
I'll reduce 1, reduce 3, spend 2.
And we have Melisandre played using the Noble Cause reduction, and that Baratheon reducer, the
For all the good it will do.
Dragonstone Faithful or something like that. I always forget the name of those reducers, but looks like Jaime Lannister is being knelt by Melisandre's ability. But he did save, the Lannister player did save 4 gold there, so he's able to pay 2 gold in each phase, actually, to stand characters, which Magister Illyrio is a great counter to the Baratheon kneel, because he could pay 2 gold right now to stand Jaime in the challenge phase, and then use 2 more gold to stand a character in the marshalling, or in the challenges phase, sorry. He can stand, sorry, Jaime now in the marshalling phase, and stand another character again in the challenges phase. But he does have a Burn Men in hand, we see there, so that's most like another reason why he saved 2 gold, was possibly for jumping a Burn Men into play.
I'm military with Jorah.
So Jorah's coming in for strength, military. So looks like Vinnie chose not to use that 2 gold to stand Jamie to get him going in the marshalling phase, or even in challenges. He may have a hound in hand that he wants to jump out later, which is 4 gold.
No reaction.
So looks like the burn men will block the unopposed and die for a claim. And Jorah's going to get a betrayal token and a renown.
I know it's easy for us
Yep.
to remember, but
That's fine.
might as well. It's on the board.
Pass the turn.
And it looks like Lannister player is passing on challenges, so over to the Baratheons for challenges. Let's see what he does. He does have Tyrion with stealth, so we could use him to stealth past Illyrio there, but knowing that that Lannister player has 4 gold still, it could mean he could stand someone to defend or jump someone in.
7.
Intrigue, Trigatirian, Stealthing, Jamie.
So we do have Tyrion stealthing Jamie here on an intrigue challenge. And gaining 2 gold. Even though Jamie's knelt, he stealthed Jamie because Jamie is 5 strength. So he could stand using Illyrio and block that intrigue completely. But he could have used it on Jorah to stand him, but then defend with both characters and block. But he just blocks with Illyrio and jumps a Widow's Wail in on him for 1 gold, bringing Illyrio up to 6.
What's that?
Claim? Oh, sorry. No, my bad. You're right.
So Sean's a little flustered there, and gets fully stuffed there on the intrigue challenge.
Spend 4.
This looks like 4 gold spent on the Baratheon side to jump a hound into play.
I'll do a military challenge.
And we have a military challenge of 6. And it looks like Vinnie's is spending 2 gold to jump a burn men into play, so that one of his more important characters there isn't killed for claim.
No actions.
So reaction and claim.
So the hound goes back to hand after winning as a forced reaction, and the burn men has chosen his claim. And no power is gained there from unopposed bonuses due to the burn men blocking.
Tower.
And it looks like we have a power challenge here with Melisandre for 4.
1 from opposed. I don't think you have any as well.
And no power on the Lannister house for claim. So the game is tied at 1-1. And we have a burn men jumping in.
Dom. I have 2 for Dom.
And it looks like dominance goes to the Baratheons. So it's 2-1 for Baratheon. Alright, and here we go for the plot flip. Filthy accusations flipped on the Baratheon side, so he's going to kneel a character. And we have Wildfire flipped on the Lannister side.
I'll let you go first.
I'll,
It looks like the Baratheon player is going first, and the Burnman's going to be chosen for a claim, or for Wildfire death there. And Jamie is knelt.
Draw 2.
So many first Thanks. All spends one.
So we have a King's Road played on the Baratheon side for marshalling, which is spending a gold. So he's paid 3 from the King's Road, 1 from the Dragonstone Faithful there. And another gold to get a Stannis Baratheon into play. And he's going to basically make both characters only able to stand 2 characters during the standing phase each round, while he is in play and not blanked. And it looks like that is all. Over to the Lannisters for marshalling. And we do see a hound there in the Lannister player's hand. So he's going to spend 1 on a Milk of the Poppy to a blank Melisandre. He wants to reduce the Neil options there. Personally, I would have been blanking Stannis or Tyrion over Melisandre there. Because we know Tyrion is most likely going to trigger at least once per phase, maybe twice. And Stannis is definitely going to lock you down. But he locks both players down. I mean, I find him so annoying. Definitely hurts my game, so I like putting it on him, but sometimes it hurts both players, so it's not bad to have him there. But maybe he's just more worried about the Neil from Melisandre. I don't know. What would you guys milk there? Leave it in the comments below. But I definitely probably would have milked Stannis, but that's just me. Or Tyrion. Tyrion's a good call there too. So over to challenges. It looks like we have 3 gold saved on the Lannister side, and we have at least 2 there saved on the Baratheon side. So we have an intrigue with Tyrion coming in. He's going to trigger to gain 2 more gold for the Baratheon player, stealthing Illyrio with that Widow's Wail on him, giving him +2 strength. So he will not be able to be declared as a defender. So we could have Jorah block the unopposed here, but will not win the challenge. Does Vinnie want to jump anything out of his hand before that intrigue claim hits? Could have a burn men or a gold cloaks that he could pay for. So he's going to pay 2 off Illyrio there to stand Jaime. He does want to protect his hand there, so Jaime's most likely going to come in for the block on the defense here. And no, he is going to declare no defenders. We see the Baratheons take another power there for the unopposed bonus, putting them up to 3. Let's see what he grabs here for claim. It's a Tears of Lys. Always happy to see those go to the discard pile. Looks like Sean debating doing a military challenge or a power challenge with Stannis, then putting him back there, not wanting to do the challenge. He's really thinking it through here. He's got a lot of options in hand. He has to be prepared to take the hit back, and he also has to keep in mind he does have a Stannis out there. So the more characters he kneels, the less he's standing. Or the less he will have standing after the standing phase. So we do have a military challenge with Stannis. And he was touching his gold there, which is him trying to signify that he has a put to the sword in hand, trying to get his opponent to overcommit to prevent that. But it looks like he's just going to block it so that he doesn't lose a character. He only has 1 gold on the Lannister side there, so he can't ambush in a Birdman, for example, and just take the claim. So we had to block there, and we see Jaime getting renown, and so did Jorah. But Jorah also taking another betrayal token. 1 more betrayal token, and we see Sir Jorah gets sacrificed. So we have an intrigue here from the Lannisters for 6. Tyrion's going to get 2 gold on the Baratheon side. And we're going to spend 1 for Scene in Flames to look at the Lannister player's hand and discard 1 of those cards. There will not be a kneel, though, because Melisandre does have a Milk of the Poppy on her. It looks like a Treachery is going to the discard pile from the hand there. So we have 4 gold spent to jump the Hound out there to avoid being hit by Intrigue Claim. It looks like Melisandre will block with 4 to prevent the unopposed power gain.
An action window after Claire. Just debating.
So before determining the winner here, the Baratheon player might take another action. So Dominus to the Baratheon player.
Stannis, we can only stand 2 characters. Had those 3 on the board for so long, and I've been trying.
It looks like Tyrion and Stannis were chosen to be stood on the Baratheon side, and Illyrio and Jaime chosen to be stood on the sorry, I'm getting this all confused. We have the Lannister players standing Illyrio and Jaime, due to Stannis being out on the board, and the Baratheon players standing Tyrion and Stannis as his 2 characters he can stand during the standing phase. And over to plots here, we have a Summons flipped on the Baratheon side and a First Snow of Winter flipped on the Lannister side, which is a good idea. Having a Knelt Sir Jorah out there is going to go back to hand and shake off those betrayal tokens, and you'll be able to play him out next round, assuming he's still in his hand. And on the other side, we'll have, looks like the Hound going back, and that Dragonstone Faithful. So we have the Baratheon player searching the top 10 cards of his here for a character from playing Summons. Let's see who he chooses. And we have another copy of Melisandre. Looks like he's looking to duplicate her to keep her out in play. He's most likely looking for Maester Crescent to get that Milk of the Poppy off of Melisandre there due to his marshalling ability, but he most likely wasn't able to find him. Or maybe he has him in hand, and he's grabbing another copy of Melisandre just to get her duped up and keep her around so we can get the Neil train rolling there each round.
Yep.
Right, yeah, there was not much I could do to get that.
So the Lannister player chose the Baratheon player to go first, so Baratheon's going to marshal first. And we got a Rose Road played, the dupe on Melisandre, which we saw pulled for the Summons. And it looks like 1 paid for a bodyguard there to attach to a lord or lady, which it's going to go on Stannis Baratheon to try to keep him in play a little longer. So we know he is always a great target for Tears of List, so this is going to keep him in play. That bodyguard is always a great target for treachery. But we do see one in the discard pile there, gone for the Lannister player. Still probably has 2 more coming from his deck. Might have 1 in hand, we'll see. So looks like a Rose Road played there on the Lannister side. And that is going to be all. So here we go, first Snow Winter, putting Sir Jorah back in the Lannister player's hand. And we have the Hound and the Dragonstone Faithful going back in hand for the Baratheons. Leaving in Melisandre, a standing Tyrion, and a standing Stannis with a bodyguard on him. And on the other side we got Illyrio there with the +2 strength on the Widow's Wail, and Jaime Lannister. So I always find these first snow turns very interesting when it thins the board out here, puts the big characters against big characters. It usually can turn the game around here, or swing it, basically swing it in one person's favor if the players get aggressive. Sometimes both players don't, and they don't want to risk it, but it can end in a larger character getting killed, or the next round having a large character getting marched, discarded basically. And yeah, it can really change how the board looks. So we have another Scene in Flames played here by the Baratheon player. It's going to look in the hand. And he does have a Hound, but he does not have enough gold to pay for the Hound, but he does have a Burn Men, which is very useful during first snow turns, and that Burn Men's going to the discard pile. That was a pretty quick decision there by the Baratheon player, and I think a very good one. It's always fun to do that play, bring a Burn Man out to take claim instead of your bigger character. And if you can't defend the military, and if you can get that Burn Man out there and leave him out there and use him as a target, basically for your March to the Wall play next turn, so you can get rid of a Burn Man and possibly get rid of a larger, more expensive character from the other side of the board.
No actions.
Looks like we had a military challenge there with Stannis for 5. No defenders declared. We have Illyrio chosen for claim. The Widow's Wail is going to go back to hand for the Lannister player. So that is not good to see. Jaime Lannister is now left alone on the board. And like I said, these first snow turns can really swing the game in one player's favor. And it looks like the Baratheon is going to come out on top here. Especially having that dupe on Melisandre, it lets you not be too worried about the military claim. But if Jaime can pull off a unopposed challenge there and win by 5, we could possibly see a put to the sword thrown around here by the Lannister player. So we have the intrigue challenge. And there is the Widow's Wail grabbed. And Tyrion gains 2 gold for the Baratheon player. And the Baratheon player looks like he's up to 6 power now on his house card there at the bottom. And passing over to the Lannister player for challenges. Oh, looks like he does have another Widow's Wail in hand, though. So we have Jaime coming with the military. So he's going to spend 2 for the Burn Men. But we do have a Widow's Wail played to put Jaime into range for that put to the sword. So he should win by 5 here. We will see if even if the Burn Man is defending, which he hasn't gone in as a defender yet. And he may not want him to go in as a defender because he's a character that's standing that won't need to stand, worried about Stannis' ability. But we do have In the Name of Your King played, which is going to shut down that military challenge. So there is no winner or loser, which prevents any chance of a put to the sword. Now we have Jaime doing an intrigue challenge for 7. And it looks like the gold from Tyrion was missed, but...
No, I would have actually had something off of that. It's your call.
You get the trigger before I can. Okay.
I'll take it.
And it looks like they're going ahead with the Tyrion trigger there. Looks like it was almost missed. Both players okay there playing it. And looks like the Hound is going to jump in before the intrigue claim. And the Dragonstone Faithful is grabbed for claim.
I think we go to Dom. We do.
So dominance to the Baratheon player. Putting him up to 7 power against 2 for the Lannister, having 1 on his power and 1 on Sir Jaime. Now, if the Baratheon player has a March to the Wall still in his unused plots there, we're going to see it played here for sure. And clear that Jaime Lannister away, throwing that Widow's Wail back to hand. And most likely closing this game out, but we don't. He has a filthy accusation zone, kneeling Jaime out, the only character on the board. And a trading with Pentoshi played on the Lannister side is going to give 3 gold to the Baratheon player. So there's Jaime is knelt. Looks like the Baratheon player is going first. Oh, maybe not. They're both collecting their gold here at the same time. Again. I didn't catch who was first player. We'll find out who marshals here in a second. And it looks like it is the Lannister player. And we have a duped hound played for 3 gold. And for 2, we have Ser Jorah played with a duplicate. And it looks like Pycelle for another 3. There's still 2 gold left. And he's saving a card in hand. So it looks like 6 gold spent here on the Baratheon side to throw his own Jaime Lannister into play. And over to the Lannisters for challenges.
Do you have any pre-challenge action? I have no pre-challenge action. You have 1 card in hand? 1 card in hand. Cool. I have none either. Okay.
So no cards in the Baratheon player's hand. We got 1 left in the Lannister player's hand. Or actually, he has 2. I see 2 face-down green sleeve cards there. Thought I heard him say he had no cards in hand, but maybe just ask about actions, saying he had none. My bad. So we have a power challenge with Maester Pycelle for 2 strength. He does have insight, so if this can be won, it's going to gain another card for the Lannister player. So looks like we got a block coming here with Stannis for 5. It's going to fully block the challenge.
Actions? No actions. Pass my turn to you.
So the Lannisters pass their challenges over to the Baratheon player. So all he's going to do is that power challenge with Pycelle. So we got an intrigue challenge to start. Stealthing Jorah, getting 2 gold from Tyrion's ability. And an unopposed power there. And it's Magister Illyrio's last card in the Lannister player's hand. And with that 2 gold gained from that intrigue challenge there by the Baratheon player, it definitely opens him up to possibly ambush or play an event that he was trying to do. So we have a military with Jaime for 5. So the Hound will block full win there with 6 to 5.
Am I forced to pick them up if I have no cards?
You discard on my thing, or you choose to pick
Am I forced to pick them up if I have no cards?
What, the Hound?
Yeah.
So we're just trying to figure out here what happens with the Hound.
You may discard a card if you don't return the Hound. It's not like a choose one.
So I don't have right.
Right. Sorry. Do you choose to discard?
Choose to discard a card.
I don't think that you can't take an action if you can't.
You can't do anything in the game that wouldn't potentially change the game. So if you have no cards, you can't discard a card.
So the thing here is Vinny has no cards in hand, so he's wondering if he can just choose to discard a card to satisfy the Hound's reaction. I don't believe you can do that if you don't have any cards to pay that cost. But Sean's explaining here how Vinny can just discard the duplicate. Can discard the duplicate of the Hound there to keep him in play. You can save him from the reaction. He does not say it cannot be saved. So we have a power challenge here with the Hound on the Baratheon side.
No claim, or one claim. Okay, I'll take unopposed. No. One claim, forced reaction.
And the Hound will jump back to hand there.
I think I win.
And also dominance grab there on the Baratheon side, putting him up to 11 power. So two characters are going to stand here. We got Stannis and Tyrion stood on the Baratheon side, and it looks like Jaime and the Hound were stood on the Lannister side. So a Lannister player now in top deck mode here, choosing his next plot, not knowing what he is going to draw into. So it's always tough choosing your plot gold based on that. It looks like he's going to play Confiscation, and the Baratheon player will play Calling the Banners.
So I think I'm assigning first player. Yep. I'll make you first player.
So the Lannister player has been chosen to go first by the Baratheon player. And the bodyguard is chosen for the Confiscation to be discarded.
That's an easy choice. Oh, I mean, and I'll trigger this.
And 4 gold gained off of Calling the Banners there, due to 4 characters being across the table. So Lannister player should be going first here, but the Baratheon player is collecting his gold first for some reason. He keeps doing that. So seal the hand there, marshaled on Jaime Lannister. Finally, I bet he wanted to see that a lot earlier before we saw Jaime knelt over and over again. But seeing it a little late here. And he's passing it over to the Baratheon player to marshal. I believe has 9 gold to play with here. And he's going to spend 3 there for Maester Crescent, who is now going to get rid of that Milk of the Poppy finally. So if he has another lore card to play this round, we're going to see Melisandre triggered to kneel a character. I think he just spent 3 there. Are we going to see a Fiery Followers? No, we're going to see Selyse Baratheon, who's also a lore traded card. So we do have Melisandre triggered to kneel the Hound. And you're able to pay 1 gold for her to give an intrigue icon to any character, which is great to protect, for example, Stannis out there from Tears of Lys, or use him in intrigue challenges. Looks like we got Jaime here coming in for a military challenge with 7 strength due to that Widow's Wail being on him. Looks like we have Jaime and Stannis going in for the full block here with 10 strength. And we have Renown gamed on Jaime. Putting the Baratheon player up to 12 power. So he is 3 away from winning. And the Lannister player is sitting on only 1 power on Jaime there. 1 lonely little power. So we have an intrigue challenge here with Jaime for 7. And looks like the seal is happening here. And also Tyrion's going to get some gold there from the intrigue challenge being initiated.
He's got a little under 20. Okay.
And there's the Hound bombed in for 4 gold. At the start of, or sorry, during challenges here. He doesn't want to lose him from hand. Could pay 1 gold there with Celise to give the Hound an intrigue icon to help block. So he's just going to oppose with Celise Baratheon to block the unopposed power.
No actions. Claim.
And claiming one of the 2 cards, and it is a Fiery Followers. So that could have been another kneel action for next round. Might still have one in hand or may draw into another one, but at least that's one going away that was guaranteed. Also, those Fiery Followers work so great with Stannis Baratheon standing before the standing phase at the start of dominance. You have an extra character standing for next round. So we have an intrigue challenge here from the Baratheon side with Tyrion stealthing Jaime, gaining 2 gold. We have 1 card, looks like, left in the Lannister player's hand. So Jorah's going to go in for 4. Just to block the unopposed bonus, but he's going to lose that hand's judgment there, the last card in his hand. So he will be top decking for the next round, if we get there. And we have a power challenge with the Hound. The Hound goes back. There is no claim, but we got an unopposed power gain there. And we have a military challenge with the Burnmen for 2. And it looks like Jaime is going to block that with 7 strength to gain a renown. Prevent the claim. But that was a way for the Baratheon player to get dominance there by kneeling Jaime.
Only 2 characters stand.
So he's 1 power away from winning. And we have 2 characters standing from Stannis. So it looks like Jorah is going to be stood. He's not going to stand Jaime because he does have a Seal of the Hand, but we have the Hound standing also, because we know that Seal of the Hand can be used to stand Jaime later. It looks like we got Tyrion and Jaime standing on the Baratheon side. Looks like the Baratheon player checking to see if that Seal of the Hand was a condition attachment, so we could try to get rid of it with Maester Crescent, but it is not. So trading with the Patoshi, played on the Baratheon side, giving 3 gold over to the Lannister player, and March to the Wall, played on the Lannister player side. It's going to get rid of a character on both sides of the board there to the discard pile. Cannot be saved. So Pycelle will be discarded on the Lannister side, and it looks like we have a Burnman discarded on the Baratheon player side.
I love the moment I had the rise. There's no bad stuff.
So it looks like the Baratheon player is going first there, as Vinnie's indicated by spinning his Seal of the Hand token there.
You're first, especially when you're just.
Oh, right, sorry.
So we have a Dragonstone port played in their reducing location for the Baratheon player. A limited card. It looks like a Brothel Madam paid for 3. And the Hound is back.
What's that? What do you say?
And over to the Lannister player for marshalling. And we have Sirio played for 5. And that is everything for the Lannister's Marshal.
Start of the phase, action window. No actions.
So it looks like start of the challenges there, and looks like Sean forgot to trigger the Brothel Madam on the Baratheon side there. So we're going to have Seal the Hand triggered. And yeah, he just noticed there, so he's just not going to bother triggering or even fighting for it. I'd done that too. I think everyone's done it once or twice of playing the Brothel Madam. It happens. And it looks like that's game. So Sean from the Beyond the Wall podcast there is going to win his third round. And congrats to him on the win. And thanks to both players for playing under the camera there. Thanks to the awesome people at Millennium Games in Rochester, New York for hosting this tournament and adding those awesome extra prizes. And thank you to all of you for watching. I appreciate the support. Make sure you hit that like button. Also subscribe so you guys are notified when we have other videos posted from this series. We have 6 rounds of Swiss total coming up and cut with the top 8 and another regional series after this. So make sure you guys stay tuned to the channel for that. I appreciate it.